Kyrie Irving has been fined $867,000 for violating health and safety policies. He was fined $50,000 for violating COVID safety protocols from his investigation when he was at his sister's birthday party in that club. And he forfeits a salary of $816,898 from the 2 games that he missed and the 5 days that he was in quarantine, which ends Saturday against the Orlando Magic. And the source for this was Malika Andrews of ESPN. So I'll start off with you, Nate. Your thoughts on Kyrie Irving being fined?
Said it before. He should be fined for not only the violating the regulation because everybody has to be fined for that, but he was going to lose money for losing his game. All right, let me explain myself. All right, a lot of users probably out there like, why is it so much money? All right, why does he have to forfeit nearly $817,000 for missing games? Let me tell you something. All right, and I'm going to explain to you why this makes a lot of sense. When you miss, all right, so think of it as a normal job, right? Say you work at a grocery store, right? You work six days a week, right? But out of those 6 days in 1 week, you miss 4 days out of those 6 days. Guess what happens to your paycheck? You lose money. Why? Because you didn't show up to work, right? That's exactly what's happening here. Kyrie Irving isn't going to get his money unless if he shows up and shows out on the court. So because of him not showing up on the court, he's losing money. Just like how if you didn't show up to work in 1 week, no matter how many days, you're losing money out of your paycheck because you didn't show up. That's exactly what's going on here. And I think that makes a lot of sense. And that's why I said Kyrie Irving was going to get fined for not showing up to the games. He didn't get fined. He has to forfeit some of his salary, which again, I mean, it's kind of the
Might as well
same thing
call
in
it a fine.
a way. What's up?
You might as well call it a fine if he's
Yeah,
forfeiting salary.
exactly. Yeah. So with that said, it makes sense. What shocks me is how much money it was. I mean, you're not used to seeing things like this, but at the same time, it makes sense because you don't, like I said, you don't show up to your job, you don't get your money. It's that simple. I think I'm gonna be honest. I think the NBA did a good job with this.
No, I completely agree. Kyrie Irving, yeah, he absolutely deserved to be fined, especially this amount. I'm surprised how high it is. Like, I'm not saying I disagree with it, but I am surprised. But then I look at it, and I look at like his contract long term, and it kind of does make sense. If going by like his year, that don't make any sense. But the contract in general, then I can understand it. Yeah, it's something. He missed 5 straight days and 2 games. I mean, it's unnecessary. Absolutely. And I think now since James Harden's coming back, he's gonna make sure to be at that game for James Harden's Nets debut. But yeah, this is obviously Kyrie Irving. It's just him. It's another situation that Kyrie Irving has to handle. And I hope that he can better himself from this, because what we hope from people is not that like they suffer from their punishments unless they're very, very terrible people, but they learn from their mistakes. And obviously, it was a mistake for Kyrie Irving to go to the club. Obviously, it was a mistake for him to miss games. So hopefully, he learns from those mistakes and he can become a better player for this season. With that being said, I'm wishing him the best of luck, though.
Yeah, absolutely, of
But
course.
what he did was absolutely immature and irresponsible.
I completely agree with that. I said on the last video we made of him, and I'll continue to say that. But again, like you said, he'll learn his lesson, and we hope he does, and we wish him the best of luck as the Brooklyn Nets. And we'll see where it goes from here.